NCAC sports fans, and welcome back to another episode of This Week in the NCAC. I'm your host, Brett Bilhart. On this week's show, we'll look at action from across the North Coast Athletic Conference for the week ending on Sunday, October the 7th. Let's jump right into this week's show by taking a look at football action from across the NCAC on Saturday. Ohio Wesleyan improved to 5-0 for the first time since the 2001 season after dropping DePaul 26-22 in Greencastle. OU junior quarterback Mason Espinosa completed 31 of 55 pass attempts for 346 yards and 2 scores, while sophomore kicker Miles McKenzie booted field goals of 33 and 26 yards to break the program's single-season record set by Pete Billington in 1968, as well as the Bishop's career record of 18 set by Rob Heller from 1981 to 1983. Kenyon remained undefeated at home and in NCAC contests with a 30-13 triumph over Oberlin. At 3-2, the Lords are off to their best start since the 2006 squad also won 3 of its first 5 contests. KC senior quarterback Dan Shannon earned NCAC Offensive Player of the Week laurels after completing 20 of 29 pass attempts for 176 yards and 3 touchdowns. Lords junior Colin Sullivan garnered the NCAC's Defensive Player of the Week honor after racking up 12 total tackles, including 9 solos and 2 tackles for loss, to go along with his first interception of the season. The final league matchup of the weekend saw Wabash narrowly upend Wittenberg 27-24 in Springfield. The victory marked the 100th in the head coaching career of Eric Rayburn and also moved him into 5th on the Wabash all-time coaching victories list with 43. Little Giant junior Charlie Kolasek played a vital role in the victory on both sides of the ball for the Little Giants as he intercepted the first Wittenberg pass attempt of the game and then scored the first touchdown of the contest on a 4-yard reception in the second quarter. NCAC football matchups continue in the coming weekend, highlighted by a battle for first place in Delaware, Ohio, as Ohio Wesleyan entertains Kenyon on Saturday at 1 p.m. at Selby Stadium. And we'll now shift our attention to the pitch and look at some exciting NCAC soccer action from last week. The Worcester women's squad improved to 3-0 in NCAC play and has yet to surrender a goal in league contests after posting a pair of shutout wins over Allegheny and Denison. Fighting Scots sophomore Crystal Chavez garnered NCAC Women's Soccer Player of the Week laurels after tallying a pair of second-half goals against Denison to lift Worcester to the 2-0 victory. Wittenberg also remains unblemished in NCAC matches after securing a 5-0 homecoming victory over Hiram on Saturday. Through the first 6 weeks of women's soccer action, Kenyon's Becca Romaine leads the league with 10 goals, while Worcester's Lily Moore has dished out a league-leading 4 assists. In the goal, Oberlin's Kate Frost leads all keepers with 101 saves, while Wittenberg's Cassie Lithjohan carries a 0.48 goals against average. In men's soccer action, DePaul snapped Ohio Wesleyan's conference record 42-game unbeaten streak in NCAC play that dated back to October of 2007 with a 3-2 overtime victory over the Battling Bishops on Saturday. DPU freshman midfielder Alu Musa was named the NCAC Men's Soccer Player of the Week after he notched his first and second goals of his career against OU, including firing in the golden goal in the 9th minute of overtime to lift the Tigers to the monumental victory. Hiram, which entered the national rankings at number 21 a week ago, kept pace with DePaul at the top of the league standings after knocking off Wittenberg 3-1 on Saturday. NCAC soccer action continues this week with league matches slated for Wednesday and Saturday throughout the league. The North Coast volleyball standings are beginning to take shape as well, with 3 league squads maintaining perfect 4-0 conference records, including DePaul, Hiram, and Wittenberg. However, the 3-way tie will see a shakeup this week, as Wittenberg will play host to DePaul in Springfield this evening. Denison rounds out the top 4 in the league standings in the 4th position with a 3-2 record. The Big Red launched up the standings this week after knocking off Allegheny and Worcester. DU freshman Elena Lynn was named the NCAC Volleyball Player of the Week after posting 44 kills and a team-leading .381 attack percentage to go along with 13 blocks and 6 digs. The Allegheny Gators also earned their first league victory of the season last week after knocking off Oberlin 3-0 on Tuesday, while the DPU Tigers extended their current winning streak to 17 straight matches with conference wins over Ohio Wesleyan and Kenyon. Volleyball action continues around the league with 3 matches on the slate for Wednesday and 4 more on Saturday. In NCAC field hockey, Worcester has made a jump in the league standings into the 4th position after reeling off 4 consecutive conference wins, including victories over Denison and Wittenberg in action last week. DePaul maintains a 2-game lead in the loss column at the top of the league standings at 9-0, while Kenyon is second with a 6-2 mark, and Denison checks in at third at 7-3. Worcester freshman Kate Brondick earned NCAC Field Hockey Player of the Week laurels. She tied the game at Denison at 1-1 with 5:56 remaining in the contest, which eventually led to the Scots' 2-1 win, and then netted the first goal and later added an assist in Worcester's 4-2 triumph over Wittenberg on Saturday. League action continues this week with 1 game each on Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, and 3 on the schedule for Saturday. It was a busy week on the NCAC men's golf circuit, highlighted by a pair of marquee national events hosted by league squads, including the Ohio Wesleyan Gordon Collegiate Classic held at Columbus Country Club, and Wittenberg's Rosecrans Mauer Invitational held at Springfield Country Club. At the Gordon Classic, Wittenberg was able to withstand a third-round challenge from perennial National Power Methodist to win the team title by 2 strokes, as the Tigers posted a 54-hole score of .868 after firing rounds of .293, .285, and .290. Tiger sophomore Alex Andrews was the championship medalist award winner at the event after carding a 54-hole score of .212, including a 69 in the second round. Ohio Wesleyan found itself in a tie for 6th in the final team standings with Guilford after firing an .897, and were led by senior Jerry Moore, who cracked the top 5 in a tie for 5th with a 3-round score of .215. Ohio Wesleyan did bounce back at the Rosecrans Mauer Invitational and finished the 2-day event deadlocked at the top of the team standings with NCAC foe Allegheny after each squad fired 36-hole totals of .595. Allegheny junior Oliver White secured championship medalist honors after tallying the second-best 36-hole effort in program history with a 141. Ohio Wesleyan freshman Drew O'Connor was second overall with a 144, while the trio of Wittenberg's Alex Andrews, Denison's Aaron Klimchuk, and Denison's Jimmy Slobit tied for third with identical 2-day tallies of 145. Wittenberg's Alex Andrews was crowned the NCAC Men's Golfer of the Week after posting a pair of top 5 finishes in nationally recognized events. In women's golf action, Worcester hosted Hiram, Denison, Ohio Wesleyan, and a grouping of non-conference opponents at the Worcester Fall Invitational at Worcester Country Club over the weekend. Baldwin Wallace captured the team title with a 2-day total of .668, while Denison finished second with a .685. Ohio Wesleyan was third with a .743, Worcester was fifth with a .753, and Hiram was ninth with an .891. DU freshman Bryn Fitzgerald earned championship medalist honors for the second time this fall after carding a 167 on the par 72, 5,802-yard course. Fitzgerald was named the NCAC Women's Golfer of the Week for the second time this fall for her efforts. In addition, the Wittenberg women's team traveled to Alabama for the Birmingham Southern Shootout at Highland Park Golf Club. The Tigers finished 7th overall with a 2-day team total of .616, led by freshman Allie Lawwill, who placed 19th overall in the individual standings with a 36-hole score of 151. NCAC golf action continues next weekend, highlighted by Wittenberg hosting the Pat Klaus Invitational for women's squads, and DePaul hosting its own small college classic for men's squads. And finally, we'll wrap up this week's show with a quick recap of cross-country action, where DePaul and Wabash competed at the Rose-Hulman Gibson Family Pre-National Invitational. The race was held at the Laverne Gibson Cross Country Course in Terre Haute, Indiana, which will also serve as the site for the 2012 NCAA Division III National Championships. Johns Hopkins won the women's title with 52 points, while DePaul finished 13th overall with 403 points. In the men's race, Wabash finished third with 160 points, and DePaul checked in at number 15 with 447. DPU senior Noah Droddy earned his second NCAC Runner of the Week honor for the 2012 season after breaking the tape first at the pre-national event with a time of 25:13.7. In the women's race, Heather O'Brien earned NCAC Runner of the Week accolades after finishing 25th out of 325 runners with a time of 23.5 on the 6K course. NCAC cross-country action this Saturday will be centered around the Oberlin Inter-Regional Rumble, which will feature 6 NCAC squads, including Allegheny, Kenyon, Oberlin, Ohio Wesleyan, Wabash, and Wittenberg. Fans, for up-to-date news, stats, and standings on your favorite NCAC squads, you can log on to our website at www.northcoast.org. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter at NCAC, as well as like us on Facebook. And for the entire conference staff, I'm Brett Billhart, and thanks for watching.